Athletes are more than just their numbers. Everything said and done, they are humans first. And just like all of us, they have a deep connection with places that made them and the people who supported them. In this new series, we try to look into those places and faces who made our superstars who they are today. Women's Cricket Zone proudly presents Places and Faces. In this episode, we talk to the founder of the Speckies Only Club, Nicola Carey.
From one WBBL team to another, let's take you to Blundstone Arena, Hobart. First of all, congratulations on winning the WNCL. I know you were away, but your team won the title, 2 twin centuries in the final, dominant performance. What are the memories of Blundstone Arena, your new home?
I do like playing at Blundstone Arena. It's a batter's paradise, I'll tell you that much. So it's fun to bat on. It's not overly enjoyable to bowl on because not many wickets get taken, but it's pretty awesome. I think home teams, if you look around the States, not a lot of the home teams get to play on their big stadiums, in their cities. So for us to be able to get games at Blundstone Arena and quite consistently is really special. And Tassie take their cricket really seriously down there. So it was pretty incredible, to firstly be a part of the girls were in the first final ever for Tasmania, and then to take it out was unreal to watch. I was watching it online on the live stream, but was fortunate enough to play a few games, and the girls were amazing, and it's really fun to be a part of that group, and we'll be looking to go back to back hopefully.
Yeah, and did you and Heather Graham kind of had your celebration in New Zealand after Tassie won the WNCL?
Oh, we watched the game separately, but we were always because they were playing quite a few games in the lead up to it, so we were we'd be watching games and I'd be messaging Heather, and we'd be talking to her about the game, and then afterwards we were pumped about it. So it was kind of cool. We were a little bit jealous, to be honest. I mean, I know we're at a World Cup, but it looked really fun to be a part of, and I know the girls loved it, and there was a few FaceTimes while the girls were out celebrating, which was really cool. So it was really cool to see that. Those girls have worked really hard for a long period of time, so to see them get the rewards for that was pretty special.
Your home ground and now Sydney Oval. Let's talk to a person that you played a lot of cricket alongside, and you talked about her also a lot. Ashleigh Gardner was the one word.
Oh, Ash. Oh, what's one word to describe Ash? Oh, this one word game's hard. How would you describe Ash in one word?
That is my dilemma also. Yeah, so how
hard.
It's very hard.
Because we're really good mates, so we get along really well. We're best mates on tour. We hang out a fair bit, and people often say that we're inseparable on tour. So when she actually got stuck in COVID, with COVID back in New Zealand, people kept asking me every day, "How you going without Ash?" So people I think we depend on each other, which I got by fine. So I love Ash. Competitive, I reckon. Yeah, I'd probably say maybe competitive.
Yeah. And what is the memory, one memory about Ash that you are like, yeah, she is my friend, but she's this quality cricketer. Look at her hitting the ball, this amazing hitting by her. What's the one Ash Gardner batting memory?
Oh, there's been a few. She's obviously she's obviously had some outstanding innings for the Sydney Sixers, but there's been a couple. I remember we had a game in New Zealand about 12 months before the World Cup in New Zealand. We were over there, and I remember we were I think we were a few wickets down for not many runs in a T20, and then she sort of came out and was batting. It looked like she was batting on a different wicket. So she's just got that ability to take the game away from the opposition, and sometimes when the team's not in a great position, she still finds a way to go out there. And when she gets going, it's really hard to stop. And I sort of dread playing her in the Big Bash, but I love when she sort of gets out there on the international stage and just dominates some world-class attacks, and it's pretty special because not many people can bat like that.
So how special was it to watch her 48 against New Zealand in the World Cup just out of isolation, and she just took her frustration of being stuck in the 10 days is like, I'm going to go and smack the just amazing 48. What are the memories of watching it from the sidelines?
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. It's just Ash Gardner, wasn't it? You're watching it unfold and you're like, that's just another Ash Gardner style innings to yeah, to have 7 days off of not any training, I don't think, and obviously spent a fair bit of time in a hotel room, and we'd already done a bit of quarantine before that, so quite a disrupted start for her, I guess, leading into a World Cup. But yeah, for her to come out and to pull off an innings like that is pretty special. I think it gives, fresh is best a whole new meaning, and I think people want to. I'd love to take that approach. Imagine taking a week off and then just cleaning up in your next game.
So describe me. How would you describe North Sydney Oval?
North Sydney Oval.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like it's like the home of women's cricket in Australia.
Yeah.
I know that's more than one word, but that's what I feel about North Sydney Oval.
So, what are your memories? If you played, of course, Big Bash there, you played WNCL there, you played international matches also there. What are kind of memories of playing at the North Sydney Oval?
Yeah, I've got some fond memories there. Played a few Big Bash games there, a lot of Sydney derbies when I was at the Sydney Thunder. So some fun little battles there, and played. I remember my last game for New South Wales was a final at North Sydney Oval, I'm pretty sure. So fond memories there. And as you mentioned, sort of pre-COVID times now, but the international women's summer, we do tend to go there for a few games. So played a variety of cricket there, and got some really fond memories of playing at that ground.
Let's talk about Rachael Haynes. She presented you with your ODI cap, and you played with her in the New South Wales Breakers also. And what a comeback story, away from the game for these many years, comes back and becomes the second highest run scorer for Australia in the World Cup. How has she influenced your career?
Yeah, Rachel's, she's got an amazing story. She sort of epitomises like sort of where the women's game was and where it is now, and she sort of lived through all those phases and is reaping the rewards now. And I played a few years with her back in New South Wales before I moved on to Tassie, and played in the Big Bash with her for Thunder. So she was great for me when I was sort of back in Sydney, and I worked a fair bit with her around the batting stuff, and she's an incredibly intelligent person and cricketer. You've seen her captain Australia and captains the Thunder. So she's looked up to by a lot of players, and I know people sort of look to her for advice, and when she speaks, people listen. I'm no different. I think she's one of the smartest cricketers going around, and she's got an amazing story, and hopefully it continues on for a little bit longer.